They say history is written by the victors, but sometimes it's rewritten by comfort. The Civil War sits somewhere between legend and lesson. We grow up hearing tales of bravery, brother against brother, and noble causes. But beneath those polished stories lies a tangle of myths that have shaped how we see our nation as great a struggle. Let's peel back those layers. And people once said the South went to war for states' rights. It sounds patriotic until you ask, the right to do what? The answer is written in their own declarations. The Confederacy fought to preserve slavery. The right they defended was the ownership of human lives. Behind every banner of independence flew the shadow of bondage. The North, meanwhile, didn't march to free the enslaved, not at first. Lincoln's goal was preservation, not liberation. But as blood filled the fields, he realized a nation divided by slavery could never truly be united. The Emancipation Proclamation in 1863 turned the war into something greater, a moral reckoning. Another myth says all Southerners stood behind the Confederacy. But in the mountains of Appalachia and towns across Tennessee and Alabama, dissent was real. Poor farmers and laborers refused to fight for a system that kept them poor while enslaving others. Some joined the Union Army, some simply hid. The South was never one voice, it was a chorus of conflict, and the war didn't belong to the South alone. Pennsylvania felt it at Gettysburg. Maryland bled at Antietam. The war crossed borders, proving no corner of the country was untouched. And then there's the Emancipation Proclamation, often remembered as freedom's grand finale. But it only freed those in Confederate states, not in Union-held ones. Only with the 13th Amendment was slavery abolished everywhere, and even then, equality remained a dream deferred. Some say the war was inevitable. It wasn't. There were debates and uneasy compromises, but each collapsed under the weight of greed and fear. The war didn't have to happen until it did. When the smoke cleared, America entered Reconstruction, a time too often dismissed as failure. But for a brief, powerful moment, the South saw black citizens elected to office, schools built for freedmen, and democracy reborn. That progress was crushed by white supremacy, but for a few shining years, freedom flickered bright enough to be remembered. And the Civil War isn't just a story of the past, it's a mirror. One that shows how easy it is to hide truth behind pride, and how hard it is to face the cost of freedom. Myths may make history easier to swallow, but truth, that's what makes it matter.